otherwise known as Dau-Lu, or the Great Repulse. Dau-Lu has two things that it teaches you. Basically, it teaches you that you've done something wrong, because the techniques of Dau-Lu are only used when you've done something wrong. They're a saving thing. If your real method, a real fighting method, a real technique isn't quite there yet, Dau-Lu will save you in a pinch. That's why we have it. But on the other hand, it really does teach you about this most important aspect, that of control and distancing of the opponent. And it's an excellent way to do it. It's an excellent exercise too, just basic exercise, because it gets quite energetic. You'll notice I've got drawn on the floor here the square and then the diagonals on the square. Because push hands, this is Dau-Lu corrections. I haven't done a Dau-Lu tape for years, so I thought I'd just do a corrections one and really get into an advanced way of doing this. And our rep in Minnesota, Jack and Bev Gustafson, suggested that I do this because they're up to it now and they want to have a bit more of an advanced way of doing it, or more comprehensive rather. I think I've gone over it in the past, but I haven't gone over it in any great detail at all. Okay, so we've got a square on the floor and the diamond shape in here. The square should be such that you can stand on it with your, like that. So it should be just a little bit longer than your own normal stance, a la something like in your Taiji form, for instance. And I've got the centre also drawn here because that's important for your stepping. Dau-Lu teaches you that distancing that I've just been talking about in our push hands correction tape. You must close the gap very quickly when you're attacked. In fact, there mustn't be any time at all. As soon as the person moves, you're in straight away. You don't wait for them to even punch. In and you close the gap so you're in control all the time. It doesn't matter how big the person is either. If you're closing that gap and you're in control, you're in control. It doesn't matter whether you're a midget, you're still in control. Because you know where to strike. You know, you can strike the bloke in the kneecap and knock the person down with an elbow if you wish. So that's what we're learning with this, with the Great Repulse, or Dau-Lu. Must remember, a lot of people do this. I see masters, so-called masters, grandmasters, doing this as a dance. You know, it's like, that. Everything we do must be pertaining to self-defense, so it must be explosive. In the beginning, of course, you have to learn it, and so it's not explosive then, but it does become explosive, and the techniques that we use in it become explosive. Of course, we don't hit each other, but then when you're doing it correctly, you never get time to strike each other, because it's attack and defense. I attack, that person defends, so he would be defending. It's a little bit like this, Aaron. This silly throw punch. Wrong. I waited. I defended myself against Aaron's fist. Wrong. That's the difference between internal Kung Fu and external styles. External styles tend to defend against the peripheral that's coming in. So punch again, then now I defended myself against his body, not against his total disregard for the weapon that's coming for you. Disregard it totally. Worry about what the body's doing. Now, because I fought against the body and not just the peripheral, my body's in exactly the right position for control and re-attack, you see? Instant re-attack. It's in exactly the right position. Whereas this, my body's in no position at all. No position whatsoever. What am I, you see? But now, because I reacted against his body and not just his hand, I'm in here. Thanks, Aaron. And so that's what we're learning. That's what we have to learn with this. So eventually it has to become very close. Your opponent gets very close to you. You get very close to your opponent. But you never quite get to put your technique on, because as soon as you go to put the shoulder, you've got a fist in your face. And so you've got to defend yourself against that fist. Then when you go and do something, he's got his fist in your face or doing something else to you. So you have to immediately like this for the whole time. We start off. I stand here. I'll do the defensive move first, equidistant over the centre of the thing. Now we're going to be working on these diagonals. Push hands in the self-defense arena teaches us about north, south, east and west. Dau-Lu teaches us about northwest, southeast southwest and northwest. Dau-Lu teaches about the four corners. Teaches about the four corners. So we're going on the diagonals now. Actually, I gave you a bum steer there. Put the right foot on.